Live from the Nrthlands Coliseum in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, Sports Channel presents New York Islanders hockey. Tonight, the Islanders complete the season series against the Edmonton Oilers. Hi again, everyone. I'm Jakes McDonald with Ed Westfall. The Oilers, even without the services of Paul Coffey, are playing very well. They've lost only one of their last 8 games. The Islanders losing in Vancouver the other night, and they've lost a couple of players as well.
They have one to the flu, and Gerald Diddick is not going to play because of this illness, and Pat Flatley, hurt in the second period of the Vancouver game, has gone back to New York to have his left knee examined. We don't know exactly to what extent the damage is.
Now, the Islanders have not been able to do much against the Oilers this season or the last couple of years. The Oilers are hurting a little bit as well. Should be an interesting hockey game. Glad that you were able to join us. Coming up, the Islanders and the Oilers. We'll be back with the opening face-off right after these messages.
Much for Kevin Lowe. The one, he's a good-looking bachelor defenseman for the Edmonton Oilers. How much for Kevin Lowe?
This Sharon Braun, Mr. Paul Lorio. Both the Canadian and American national anthems from the Nrthlands Coliseum. And checking out the officials tonight, the game will be refereed by Kerry Fraser with Randy Mitten and Swede Knox working as the 2 linesmen.
The referee is Kerry Fraser. The linesmen, Swede Knox and Randy Mitten.
The Islander goaltender is going to be Kelly Rudy, making his first start since January 21st, as you look at one of the better young officials in the National Hockey League, and I guess our collective opinion, right?
Yeah, he is young. No, of course, he's a fine young official.
That's a fine young goaltender, too. Lifetime 0-4-3 against his hometown team, the Edmonton Oilers. And Grant Fuhr for Edmonton has a lifetime record against the Islanders of 5-4-2 in regular season. 3.34 this season, 17 wins, 7 losses, 1 tie. The Oilers haven't shut out anybody this year. Right from the draw, the puck is deflected into the Edmonton bench. For the Islanders, Coach Terry Simpson starting Brent Sutter at center ice, Ari Hanpa on the left side, Mikko Makala on the right. Kenny Clapham and Gord Janine teamed up on the Islander defense. In the 2 previous games, Edmonton has outscored the Islanders 10-3. First game at Danby went to overtime. Edmonton winning it 3-2 at the Nassau Coliseum. And then here, a major penalty to Pat LaFontaine late in the opening period led to Edmonton getting a couple of power play goals and eventually a 7-1 win. Hunter playing the puck right to Brent Sutter, flipped it high down into the Edmonton zone. It's Randy Gregg, the hero of their most recent victory, that in overtime against the Minnesota North Stars. He sends Anderson over center ice. Weaving to the left side, Anderson plays it in around the boards. Brian Trottier tips it. It went to Messier. Couldn't center it. Potvin knocks Anderson down. Trottier with the puck to Mike Bossy. Bossy up the right side. Ari Hanpa dumps it out into center ice. Hanpa got hit on the play. Taken up a little as he goes back to the Islander bench. And now we get a 2-line pass called with 1 minute and 1 second gone in the first period.
Now the Edmonton Oilers, team that the Islanders will get up to play against. They can't play the way they played against the Vancouver Canucks. One of the poorest games that they've had this season. Terry Simpson knows it. The players know it. They know also that they can't play like that against this high-flying Edmonton Oiler. There's the hit. Messier on Ari Hanpa knocked him down. They were changing. He was right next to the bench. Didn't hurt him. It's a good hard check. Messier can throw them.
Vogelin and Lowe together on the Edmonton defense. Tikkanen clearing the puck off Lowe down into the Islander territory. Back forth goes Conroy. Steve Conroy to Greg Gilbert. Deflected off his stick and into the goal mouth, so Grant Fuhr has to play it. Bossy is on right wing. Gilbert on the left side with Trottier at center. Trottier took Bossy's pass but couldn't get a shot away. Murray sending Gretzky over the line. The centering pass off Leiter ends up in the right wing boards. Trottier feeds Bossy. Now across to Gilbert. The pass behind him. Trottier in after it. It was played off his shin pads, and Lowe put it right on Bossy's stick. Mike Bossy gets tripped up. There'll be a penalty against Curry. Ari Curry draws the first penalty of the hockey game. 18 minutes, 15 seconds to play in the first period. A break in the action. There is no score. He shoots it down the ice. 40 Deneen back for the Islanders. There is no score if you've just joined us. We're 3.5 minutes into the opening period. Deneen to Bossy. It's a solid hit from Lee Fogelin. Fogelin shaken up. He is playing with a bad back, as is Bossy. Fogelin a little slow, getting back to his skates. Now Deneen shoots it in with 3 seconds remaining in the power play. Fogelin slaps it to the point. Potvin checked there by Hunter. And Gretzky gives it to Curry, now to Lowe. Kevin Lowe moves in, drop pass, Curry shoots and scores. Blistering shot by Yuri Curry. Kevin Lowe takes the pass from Gretzky and a drop pass using not only Lowe, but the Islander defenseman as a screen. Here's the play. There's Curry, number 17. There's the way they set it up in front of Gord Deneen. Kevin Lowe provides a screen, and it's 1-0 on a hard shot by Yuri Curry. That's his 35th goal of the season. Kevin Lowe and Wayne Gretzky will get the assists on the goal. That's the first shot on goal for the Oilers. And Kelly Rudy handcuffed on it. So it's 1-0 as Curran goes back to pick up the puck. Plays it around the right side. It's knocked away from him. Gretzky plays it into the open corner. Brad Lauer comes back for it. Jacobin and Curran are stepping out in front of the net. Harry Fraser looked at it a long time, decided it wasn't serious enough for a penalty. LaFontaine into the Edmonton zone, puts it out in front. Alan Kerr is there, but he is written off the play. And the Oilers just up it into center off Huddy's stick. Kenny Leiter back to take it away from Gretzky, has given it to LaFontaine. Left side to Lauer, who dumps it in deep. Kerr trying to get in around Huddy. Puck loose for Bukaboom. LaFontaine bumps into him. Curry plays it out into center and down into the Islanders zone. Leiter comes back, and we do get an icing call against Edmonton. With a break in the action, 15 minutes, 12 seconds to play in the first period. The Oilers lead the Islanders 1-0.
Ladies and gentlemen, still a number of tickets available for the Oilers' next home game that happens this Sunday evening, the 8th of February.
No, that's Jigs, but there's so much crowd noise in the back. The effects really heavy up here. Well, then I can't hear myself. Or Jigs, if I bring it down.
It turns everything down if we touch this up here.
Is it?
What? Pardon?
Only 3 shots on goal total in the hockey game, but the one by Yuri Curry, a screen shot, a blistering drive, made it 1-0.
Bobby Basson is centering this forward line for the Islanders. Wayne Sutter on the right wing and Rich Crom on the left. See Rudy playing it around to the right side to Dwayne Sutter. To Basson, it went off his stick. Muni drops it back for Edmonton to Gregg, and he just shot it down the ice. Leiter from the side of the net tries the left wing boards. The Edmonton defense hustles back. Gregg gave it to Danny Gare. The pass to Krushelnyski didn't work. Leiter found Crom, and he's checked in the center ice area. Leiter has it again over to Conroy. Conroy's pass in and out of the skates of Basson. He picks it up again and shoots it in deep. Wayne Sutter goes in after it. Sutter bumped by Krushelnyski as the puck went back in the net. Now Muni takes a hit from Gilbert. This is Randy Gregg playing it out into center ice where Potvin knocks it down. Got it back into the Edmonton zone off Muni's stick, and Pure quickly shoots it high down into the Islander territory. Watch Denny Potvin going back to touch up for an icing call. 14 minutes, 6 seconds to play in the first period. The Oilers lead the Islanders 1-0.
And the game this Sunday, St. Louis Blues here for that one. Special event is brought to you by the Edmonton Sun in cooperation with Ron Hudson Pontiac and Peterson Pontiac to raise money for Rick Hanson's Man in Motion World Tour. Have some sharpshooters on the ice on Sunday. Tim Smellis, the host of ITV Oilers broadcast.
Hand over your mic.
Eskimos quarterback Matt Nelligan
Not
will be directly on the Holland for the Man in Motion Tour. In celebrity soda store. score this Sunday evening in the St. Louis Blues Oilers hockey.
Face off from the circle to the right of the Edmonton goal as Trottier centers for Bossy and Gilbert. That's McTavish on the draw for Edmonton. Trottier gets it back to Potvin, and it hopped off his stick. Deneen comes back, gives it to Gilbert. Greg Gilbert to Brian Trottier, has a step on McTavish. Centered one into his tipped wide. Gilbert takes it out of the right wing corner, drops it back in the net. Trottier trying to center. Kevin Lowe knocked it away from him. Deneen pinching it off the right point, collides with Gilbert, and the puck goes to McTavish. Potvin back to pick it up at center ice. 13 and a half minutes to go in this opening period as Fogelin dumps it into the Islander zone. Delayed offside. Edmonton got back onside in time, and the pass goes to Bossy. Out of Trottier, back to Bossy, cuts to the left side. Left it for Potvin, he shoots. Stick saved by Grant Fuhr. This is Gilbert, back to Deneen. A long drive, Fuhr juggles it. Looked one way, the puck had gone the opposite direction.
Potvin the first time, Gord Deneen the second, and Grant Fuhr making two good stops.
Kevin Lowe knocks it out into the center ice zone. Makela with it, steps over the blue line. Makela to Hanpa, cuts in, and Fuhr kicks that aside on the short side of the net. Hanpa shaken up again as Conroy's shot is deflected. Brent Sutter lets it go. Stick saved. Hanpa struggling to get off the ice as McTavish picks up the puck. Frank McTavish drops it into Lowe. Kevin Lowe finds Napier on left wing. Mark Napier to the right side, and Fogelin has dumped it down into the Islander territory. This is Messier from back of the net. Got checked by Leiter. Brent Sutter having difficulty getting out of his own end, and Leiter gives it away. Messier in the back of the net. Oh, what a shot by Mark Messier.
Haven't seen Messier play this way since the Stanley Cup Finals 3 years ago when they won this cup for the first time. Messier, what a move. Ken Leiter, he steals the puck from him. Watch this, he stays out on his backhand. He freezes the goaltender doing it. Kelly Rudy can't move. It's the same as being on the forehand, but he's so accurate with it, just inside the goal post, and it's 2-0. Beautiful goal by Mark Messier. That's his 25th goal of the season, and a 2-0 lead.
In this hockey game tonight, we're watching, of course, Gretzky, who leads the league in points. And you've got Messier, who just scored, now with 79 points. Yari Curry, who scored their opening goal with 35 goals and 78 points now. The top three scorers in the National Hockey League. Edmonton with 2 shots on goal, both of them in the net. The Islanders have had 5 shots, and Grant Fuhr has been spectacular.
And you look at the numbers and you say to yourself, my goodness, how could they have 2 goals, 2 shots on goal? And the 2 that went in were absolutely unreal. The shot by Yari Curry, a blistering 40-footer that Kelly Rudy never moved on. He didn't see it. He was screened by at least 2 and possibly 3 bodies. And the last one, an errant pass by Ken Leiter, intercepted by Messier, walked in all alone. There's one of the shots. Dennis Potvin let one go. That was his. Here, Gord Deneen, he unleashes a good shot. Look at the move by Grant Fuhr. He got just enough of it to keep it from going in.
Now the Islanders trying to play it around the boards in their own zone. It rolls up along the ledge, comes back, and Morrow leaves it behind the net. This is Brian Kern. Huddy picked it off and shot one wide of the net. Matt LaFontaine moves up the left wing, dumping it ahead for Alan Kerr. Kerr trying to get it back on the play to Lauer. Goes to LaFontaine. He's checked from behind. Knocks it away from Hunter. Picking it up for Edmonton is Huddy. Charlie Huddy comes out on the left side. Long pass into center ice to Anderson. He's over the line with a drive. Rudy the stick save. Anderson centers the rebound. It's picked up by Brad Lauer. Lauer comes over center ice, tries a long shot. Grabbed and knocked down by Fuhr. Plays it around to the far side to Anderson. Tipped it ahead. This is Messier. Messier checked at the blue line. The puck goes to Anderson. A shot kicked out by Rudy. Randy Gregg plays it back of the goal. Rich Palm intercepts the pass there and feeds it up the left side. Muni hustles back for Edmonton. Greg Muni to Wayne Gretzky. Muni into the skates at center ice, and Tikkanen shoots it in for Edmonton, and off the stick of Kelly Rudy, picked up, however, by Conroy. The pass to Basson, now to Dwayne Sutter. Sutter over the line. Checked at the defense. And Muni has shot it down into the Islanders' zone, wide of the net. Steve Conroy puts his stick on it. An icing call against Edmonton. 10 minutes, 28 seconds to play in the opening period. Your score, the Oilers 2, the Islanders nothing.
Edmonton Sun presents Sun Score in cooperation with Ron Hudson Pontiac and Peterson Pontiac. Check page 37. If you have a red sticker on that page in your action magazine, you just qualified to compete in Sun Score. That'll be held between the first and second periods tonight for a chance to win a 1987 Pontiac Acadian from Peterson Pontiac. Check page 37. If you're a winner, read the instructions on the red sticker very carefully.
Messier on that face-off against Basson. This is Rich Crom off the right wing. His shot was blocked as Kevin Lowe went down. Curry slaps it in from his own side of center. Rudy had to play the puck. Slaps it high around the glass, and it goes back to Fogelin. Gretzky and Conroy stepped in front of him. Curry spots Gretzky out in front. They do that so well, don't they? Except that Tikkanen couldn't complete the play this time.
Well, we've seen it so many times with Brian Trottier and Mike Bossy. It's not surprising. But, boy, they do it well when Gretzky gets the puck behind the net. If you're a defenseman, you've got to guard very closely. Tikkanen almost breaking away there on a pass from Jari Kurri.
Trottier intercepts Kevin Lowe's pass, comes over the line with a drive into the pads of Fuhr, and he covers up on it.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the New York Islanders, and it's intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Islanders and Sports Channel is prohibited. Announcers on this telecast were selected by Sports Channel and approved by the Islanders. Good shot by Brian Trottier. Good stop again by Grant Fuhr. The Islanders have 7 shots on goal. The Edmonton Oilers have but 3. But the score is Edmonton 2, the Islanders nothing.
The Islanders get the draw here, and Curran's shot is blocked. Danny Gare blocking it, gave it to Messier, and he's dumped it in. Rudy out of the net. Plays it around the glass, out of the skates of Greg Gilbert. The Oilers trying to center it in front. Gare couldn't get to it, and Trottier comes up left wing. Trottier and Bossy, 2-on-1 on Huddy. Bossy with a shot, he scores! Mike Bossy from Brian Trottier, it's 2-1.
We were just talking about, or I was talking about, the teaming up of Bossy and Trottier, and they've done it again. Here's Trottier using good speed on the left side. Out hustles. There's the pass. There's the shot by Bossy into the lower right-hand corner. Beautiful play here as Trottier finds Bossy open on the far side. A 2-on-1 break, and the Islanders convert it for their first goal. Mike Bossy cashing in his 30th goal now of the season. A big one for the Islanders. They would not want to fall behind by 3.
That man takes Gare down in the Islander end of the ice, and Brent Sutter picks up the puck. Gets away from a couple of checks. Gave it to Makela, back to Brent Sutter. Across the line, Sutter's pass to Makela is broken up. Brad Lauer is playing left wing on this line as Honpa has gone to the Islander dressing room. Krushelnyski checked in the Islander end of the ice. Lauer runs into Krushelnyski again, and Potvin gave it to Brent Sutter, to Makela, back to Potvin. Steps over the line. Potvin left the puck for Makela. Ako's shot is blocked by Gare, and the Oilers break out. Muni with a pass to the right side. Suminen too well covered by Brent Sutter. Sutter to Makela. Back to Brent Sutter. Now to Potvin. He has checked at center ice. McClellan picks it up. Tries the right wing for Napier. Now to McTavish. Chases it behind the net. Conroy gets to it. Steve Conroy draws a couple of players toward him. The puck goes to Crom. Up to Bob Basson. McTavish stepped into him. Basson regains his balance and comes over the line with it, then lost it. This is McClellan with a pass to Napier on left wing. Mark Napier left it on the boards, then it's taken down by Kenny Leiter. Wayne Sutter dumps it out into center ice. McTavish back has given it to Fogelin. Fogelin clearing it into the Islander territory. Curran back, lost it to McTavish. Couldn't get over the line, however. Trying to avoid an offside did, but the puck ends up in the Edmonton zone. This is Lee Fogelin. Now to Lowe. Comes over center ice and dumps it in with 7.5 minutes to play in the first period. Back for the Islanders is Gilbert. Up the left wing to Pat LaFontaine. 3 Oilers from center ice. The pass to Dwayne Sutter. He's over the line with Gilbert. Gave him the puck. Gilbert can't get a shot away. Low check behind the net. Sutter to LaFontaine. He ends up back of the net. Pat LaFontaine out of the corner. To Brian Curran. Shoots it in around the boards. Dwayne Sutter lets Morrill going after it. Morrill shot through the goal mouth. Comes back to the left side for Curran. Plays it behind the goal and Lowe waits for it. Trying to get McTavish on the right wing. Curran pinching in. Now Dwayne Sutter dumps it back to the net. Oilers try the left wing. Napier checked by Morrill. LaFontaine lets one go. Pad save as Napier kicked it out to McTavish. Greg McTavish over center. Into the Islanders zone. A drop pass. Hunter with a shot. Grabbed by Rudy. Comes out to play it to left wing, and Potvin gives it to Morrow off his stick and through the goal mouth. Mike Bossy plays it around behind the net. Hunter is there for Edmonton. Potvin knocks it off his stick. The two of them battle for it in the far corner. Now Anderson moves in. Plays it around the boards. Over comes Bossy. Couldn't get to it. It's off Huddy's stick at the point. Charlie Huddy backhands it up the right wing out of the reach of Anderson. Potvin back to pick it up for the Islanders. We've had only one penalty. And your score is 2-1 Edmonton as Rich Crom comes over the Oiler blue line. Gave it to Makula. Nico Makula to Conroy. Brought it in with a shot offside.
Better here tonight. More involved in the game.
Conroy, after getting the face-off, has dumped the puck in for the Islanders. Going after it is Brent Sutter. Around behind the net, intended for Makula. Ends up in the corner, and Hanpa, who had gone to the dressing room, is back out on this forward line with Brent Sutter and Nico Makula. Makula unable to get the puck behind the net. Tikkanen chased into the corner. Makula trying to center and hit Tikkanen. Randy Gregg takes a dive. Down goes Hanpa as well. And there will be a holding penalty handed out. Oilers not happy with the call. 5:37, the time remaining in the opening period with this break of the action. The score, Edmonton 2, the Islanders 1.
The Oilers penalty to number 10, Esa Tikkanen. 2 minutes for holding. The time, 14 minutes, 23 seconds. The Oilers penalty Tikkanen, 2 minutes holding at 14:23.
Second-year Finnish player for Edmonton, Esa Tikkanen. Watch, he'll grab a hold of Ari Hanpa's stick. Hanpa tries to go behind the net. The stick isn't going with him, and bang, down he goes. Tikkanen gets the penalty. The Islanders get a power play.
Gretzky gets the puck, and out he comes. Turns back into his own zone. It's on a skating display, and then the pass intercepted by Denis. Off his stick, back to Muni. Muni shooting it down into the Islanders' zone. Kelly Rudy will leave it for Denny Potvin. Potvin to Trache on the left side. Into center ice, the pass behind Denis. Gilbert poked at it. It comes back to Trache. Over the line with a pass to Bossy. Mike Bossy draws the crowd. Dumps it into the corner for Potvin. Potvin played it away from Muni to Trache out in front. Denis stuck in, but Messier was there to break it up. Now Muni snaps it the length of the ice.
With 4 minutes and 50 seconds remaining, the Islanders could do themselves a big favor getting a goal on the power play. It's nice to go back into the dressing room either tied or with an opportunity of possibly going ahead. You can see some of the weaknesses, though, in the defenses of Edmonton. When they go offensive, we've said it before, they go totally offensive.
Here's Makula handling the puck with a pass to Leiter. Side of the net to LaFontaine, and Pure down to block that. Makula takes it around behind the net and lost it. Picks it up again. Makula back to Leiter. Lets one go. It's deflected high off the glass. Kevin Lowe slaps it around the boards. Off Brent Sutter. It hits Leiter into Sutter. Plays it across. Too hot to handle for LaFontaine. Then LaFontaine gets taken down by Hunter. Here's Brent Sutter playing it in deep. Makula with it. To Brent Sutter. Sutter spots Leiter. Gives him the puck. Over to Conroy. Lets one go. That was blocked by Hunter. And Messier shoots it down into the Islanders zone with 15 seconds left in the power play.
You see a little hesitation in the Islanders, some of them hesitating. They do not want to make a mistake. Consequently, they end up making a bigger one when they hesitate with the puck.
Steve Conroy backhands one that's knocked down by Muty. Dwayne Sutter knocks it away from him, picks it up, played it in front off the heel of Randy Gregstick. Games are at 6 aside. Gretzky's pass to Tikkanen. Tikkanen checked by Morrow along the boards here in the Islander zone, and there's no further play. 3 minutes, 29 seconds remaining in the first period. A break in the action. The Oilers. The face-off from the Islander end. The puck has been iced. So we'll get another draw deep in the Islanders' zone with just over 3 minutes remaining in this first period. Here the wording. Let's take a look first of all at the save here. Pat LaFontaine gets in on Grant Fuhr. There's the save. Nico Makala has the puck at this point off the screen, was going behind. He flipped the puck in front. It hit the goaltender Fuhr as he lay there and bounced away. The Islanders had a good opportunity on the power play, but they couldn't get it in behind Grant Fuhr. Talking about Tiger Williams. See where he's talking about his coach, his new coach, Mike Murphy. He said he spent all summer looking for a head coaching job in the National Hockey League, and nobody wanted him. He said, you know, it's a good thing he stuck around, because after the deal with Pat Quinn, Murphy was, of course, now head coach. If he wasn't there, Tiger Williams said, I'd have had to end up coaching. Could you imagine? Practice should have been a lot of fun, I bet. Oilers trying to get to a loose puck at the Islander end of the ice. Potvin tying up Messier. Trottier there as well. It goes to Gilbert, and he's cleared it out down into the Edmonton zone. And wide of the goal crease. So we get another icing call against the Islanders. Pretty good idea, though, coming out of New York and coming out of New York, out of Los Angeles. And it was also a suggestion of Mike Murphy's. He said it would only make sense for a lot of reasons that they put the Los Angeles Kings, rather than in the Smythe division that they're in the Norris division, because LA is the only U.S.-based team in the Smythe division. And Toronto is the only Canadian-based team in the Norris division. So put Toronto in with the Smythe, you'd have an all-Canadian division, and put Los Angeles in the Norris division. That way, they're not always crossing the border. They're using the same currency, they'd have more direct flights, and the travel would be much better. It does make a lot of sense when you think about it. I don't know whether Toronto would go for it or not, but... Well, the Leafs automatically, if they were to go for it, would have to give up that rivalry that's building with Detroit, or has built. But rivalries have come and gone over the years, haven't they? Well, we've got some pretty good ones right now, but as you say, that one was really starting to kindle. Taking loses his balance, the Islanders pick up the puck. Black Sutter shooting it down into the Edmonton zone, and Kevin Lowe goes back. You see the point that the Los Angeles coach Mike Murphy is making, though, trying to clear customs and foreign currency all the time. And the direct flight thing, because you can't get to a lot of the areas from Los Angeles that they have to go to. Here, Edmonton, look out, here's LaFontaine. And Fuhr comes up with a couple of saves. Eddie Leiter turns and shot it into the far corners. He got it away quickly. Out comes Gretzky. Over the Islander blue line, stays to the left side. One of those behind the back passes went nowhere on this occasion. A rarity. Leiter to Conroy. Conroy shooting it into the Edmonton end of the ice. LaFontaine will get to it first. That's LaFontaine, gave it to Lauer. Plays it back to the net. And Gretzky moves it up the boards. Morrow tipped it, but right to Gretzky. Over center ice has Gare with him as he hits the Islander line. Gretzky drops it back. Zubin chopped it wide of the net. Kelly Rudy slaps it high around the glass and down into the Edmonton territory. Huddy picks it up, fires it in. Delayed offside. And the Islanders back to pick up the puck. The Oilers did not clear out of the Islander end of the ice, so we'll have a face-off in the center ice area.
Pat LaFontaine, he had an opportunity on a power play a moment ago with Tikkanen in the box for holding. Got an opportunity again, a good backhand shot. He had very little room to maneuver. Here he goes to the backhand. A good defenseman will force a player to do that. Of course, Grant Fuhr played the backhand shot perfectly. He was well out of the net. Then he handled the rebound pretty good. There's the rebound as it bounces away. Got back on his skates, jabbed it away as Alan Kerr came roaring in with an opportunity, but Fuhr just a little too quick for him.
You see LaFontaine back at the Islander bench. His brother John tuned in tonight. John will celebrate a birthday tomorrow. He's a year older than Pat, who will be 22 later this month. That makes John 23 tomorrow. Very good. Worked hard on that one.
Pat LaFontaine, so far in the 2 previous games, had 1 goal.
Huddy shooting it in. Flatley and Trotman with the others for the Islanders.
For the Edmonton Oilers, their goals. Tikkanen had 2, Anderson had 2, Messier had 2.
Messier and Curry with the Edmonton goals in this period. Period winding down. That shot by Danny Dare into the Islanders zone, and Kern clears it up the boards for Rich Crom. Now to Trottier. Trottier backhands it into the center ice area. Dumoulin back on the Edmonton defense, giving it to Lowe. He just drops in behind the net. That's going to do it as the siren sounds, ending the first period. Edmonton getting a couple of quick goals, and the Islanders get back on the score sheet. Their score after 20 minutes of play is the Edmonton Oilers 2, the New York Islanders 1. We'll be back with a recap of the opening period. After regular season play, the Islanders have won 5, lost 6, and tied 1. 0-3-1 since their last victory here in December of '83.
108 to 104. They've outscored the Edmonton Oilers. 15-game span.
Messier is at center ice. Anderson on the right wing. Dave Hunter over on the left side for Edmonton. Bossy, Trottier, and Gilbert, the Islander forwards. Hoffman and Dineen on defense. That's Dineen picking up the puck. Dumps it in off the board. Chasing it is Randy Gregg. Gregg clears one that goes high over the glass and into the crowd.
The February issue of the Islander News features Patrick Flatley, the Islanders' rugged right winger, and the player of the month. Flatley is just one of the players you can read about in the Islanders' official newspaper, the Islander News. Each issue contains a full-color portrait of your favorite Islander, hockey tips from Brian Croce, and the month in review. A 9-month subscription costs just $15. Send your check or money order to Islander News, Post Office Box 5420, Hempstead, New York, 11550.
The Islanders have been making some news on this road trip. We'll be reading about an Islander News too, I'm sure. Bobby Nystrom says he's going to sue NHL Players Association, championing the cause of all those players on termination contracts who apparently are not covered with adequate medical insurance. At least a payout clause if they should be injured to the point where they cannot play again as he was.
Well, the insurance company claimed that there was an abuse of the policy, and by players on termination contracts, they were looking for some added, I guess, insurance or added retirement. Someone they claimed not as injured and out of the game because of the injury as they had claimed they were.
Edmonton has just dumped the puck into the Islanders zone. You saw a long shot handled routinely, and then the icing and a break in the action. Your score remains the Oilers 2, the Islanders 1. Lining up for a face-off to the left of the Edmonton goal. Brent Sutter between Ari Honpa and Mikko Makula. Steve Conroy and Kenny Leiter, the Islander defense. This is Charlie Huddy bringing the puck to center and dumping it in. Rudy plays it away from Curry. Loose on the right wing boards, picked up and brought out by Brent Sutter. Sutter being watched by Bookeboom as he moves in over the line. Leiter's pass to Honpa, gets sandwiched, and Curry comes up with it. Sorry, Curry. Bookeboom, he comes to center ice, lead pass to Gretzky. Comes right in. Gretzky puts on the brakes, went back to the puck and lost it. You don't see that very often.
I still don't know why he didn't shoot, but I guess he figured he had a better chance if he passed it. He stopped, hesitated, the puck rolled off his stick. Not once, but twice. Regained it the first time and then lost it for the second time. The Islanders then in control.
Brad Lauer trying to get in around Huddy. Bookeboom plays it up the boards. And there's number 99. Alan Kerr keeps it in the Edmonton end of the ice. Now it's knocked away from him. Curry with it. Murray across the line, gave it to Tikkanen on right wing. Holds it as Curran went down, centers. Look out, Gretzky walked in. He's human after all.
What a stop by Kelly Rudy. A beautiful save as he had Gretzky all alone coming in on him.
Now LaFontaine shoots. Blocking glove save by Grant Fuhr. Then back of the net. Lauer puts it out in front. Kerr's shot is deflected wide. LaFontaine goes in after it. Back LaFontaine trying to get it back to Morrow. The play broken up, and here comes Gretzky again. Potvin dropping back. Gretzky shoots. Kelly Rudy got just enough. Hoagland holds it in with a pass to Curry that went off Potvin. Ends up inside the Edmonton blue line. 3 minutes gone here in the second period. Kevin Lowe with a pass to McClellan. He's checked at the Islander line. Picked it up and shot it in on the offside, and we get a whistle. Wayne Sutter and McClellan looking daggers at one another on the far side of the ice.
McClellan takes a heavy hit as Sutter caught him facing the boards trying to handle the puck. Let's take a look at the play here as Edmonton get an opportunity. That's Tikkanen held the puck and he give it to Gretzky. Come in all alone. Here's the save. Look at the dragging right foot of Kelly Rudy. What a stop by Kelly Rudy. He started to go in the direction with Gretzky, but he delayed his right foot as long as he could, and in doing so was able to take the puck off the stick of number 99.
Now Randy Gregg jumps it down into the Islander zone. Potvin goes back for it. Backed it off the boards, out to center ice. Gregg was there. Over to Muni. Wayne Sutter leans him up against the boards, and here's Basson breaking over the line. Basson shoots. Fuhr got just enough to make the stop, and then was knocked down. The net comes off the moorings, and we get a play stopping. We have 16 and a half minutes remaining. Second period in Edmonton. The score, Oilers 2, Islanders 1.
All right. "24-year-old Greg Muni takes a shot. One of the fundamentals of the game, good body checking, and Wayne Sutter has that. Takes Muni out, gives the puck to Basson. Basson coming in, a 2-on-1 break with Richard Crom. You see the save by Grant Fuhr as Edmonton come up with the rebound.
Conroy with a shot from the point that's veered wide. Gilbert in to pick it up. Greg Gilbert on a backhander. Bossy knocked down in front, and Messier is going to get a penalty. Messier goes off. 16 minutes and 20 seconds to play in the second period. A break in the action. The Islanders trail the Oilers 2-1.
The Oilers penalty to number 11, Mark Messier. 2 minutes for hooking. Time 3 minutes 40 seconds.
Yep.
The Oilers penalty Messier. 2 minutes for hooking and 3-4.
Okay.
There's Mark Messier in the penalty box. A hooking penalty in front of the net. There's Bossy. You see him hook him to the ice as Greg Gilbert got the puck to Bossy. Bossy knocked down and hooked from the side. So the Islanders get their third power play opportunity. They had some good chances on the first two. Let's see what they can do here.
Potvin just tested Fuhr with that drive, and Deneen gets it back to Bossy. Across the Potvin. The captain fans on the shot as McTavish moved up. Here's Greg Gilbert with it. Now to Trottier. Puts it out in front off Fuhr's stick. Deneen can't get it over to Bossy in time, and McTavish has dumped it to center ice. Potvin back for the Islanders. Gilbert has to chase it. Greg Gilbert leaves it back to the net for Deneen. Floyd Deneen pulled it away from Gretzky, gave it to Potvin. Potvin cuts to the left. The pass to the other direction, off his stick and right to Kevin Lowe. Lowe into center. To the Islander blue line, picks up the puck again. Deneen stepped in front of him. Lowe dropped him down. Here's Potvin. Bossy He gives it to Greg Gilbert, who dumps it into the corner. Then Gilbert goes for a rest. Lowe gets to the puck. He knocked Trache down, knocked the puck up the boards and out into center ice. Trache takes the glove off to feel his chin, see if he's been cut. Meantime, Kenny Leiter with it in the center ice area. The pass to Conroy. Steve Conroy waited, then dumped it in deep. Trache goes back to the net, runs into Lowe. Here's Bossy, puts it in front, and Fuhr dives out to cover the puck.
The Islanders' power play momentarily.
Well, the Hartford Whalers have helped the Islanders tonight by beating Washington. Caps and the Rangers right on the tails of the Islanders. Curran makes the pass to Conroy. His shot tipped in. Brent Sutter, I believe, tips it by Fuhr, and the game is tied at 2-all.
The power play works for the Islanders and ties the score with 30 seconds remaining on the hooking penalty to Mark Messier. Conroy takes a pass. That's Ken Leiter as he makes the move across. There's the play to Conroy. There's his shot. Whether it was deflected or not, you can see Pat LaFontaine there. Also, Brent Sutter. Here's the shot. Ooh, top right corner. Could have been deflected. We're not sure yet. We'll have to wait and see. But right now, Conroy is being credited with the Islanders' second goal of the hockey game.
Steve Conroy all the way on the announcement. His fourth goal of the year. Now the Oilers offside at the Islander blue line. And play has been called. Get the assist on it for you.
Kenny Leiter would have to get one. And Nico Makala, I believe, made the initial pass to Conroy from the right wing position.
And a power play goal, a rare happening for the Islanders in recent games. Over the last 10 games, that's 35 power play chances, and now 3 goals. Brent Sutter leads the Islanders into the Edmonton zone. His pass intended for Makala, who was coming late, didn't arrive. Starting out for the Oilers, Tikkanen gave it to Jari Kurri. Flips it into the far corner. Going back forward is Makala. Nico rounds the net, starts out on the left side with a pass to Hanpa. Hanpa gets up from behind, then gets away from Tikkanen. And the play goes offside at the Edmonton blue line.
Ladies and
In the
gentlemen,
last 24 hours since the Islanders arrived here, our broadcast crew, we put the sleuth, Mr. Westfall, on the project of finding out who the young lady is who sends 2 dozen roses to Wayne Gretzky on the road. Prior to every road game, 2 dozen red roses delivered to the Oilers dressing room from the Phantom Lady.
Yes.
Who is she?
And I can tell you one thing, the lady that Wayne Gretzky is dating at the time isn't too happy with it.
The word is that Wayne knows who this lady is who's sending the roses, has spoken with her on the phone, asked her not to do it, but she continues to keep the florists around North America very happy. She doesn't yet. Yeah. Penalty call coming up against the Islanders. McCavish holding the puck. Morrow chases him to the boards, and as Basson comes over to pick it up, Edmonton goes to their first power play chance of the night. A break in the action. The score at the Nrthlands Coliseum, the Islanders 2, the Oilers 2. You didn't find that girl, huh?
No, I better.
the penalty to number 28, Bob Basson. 2 minutes for hooking. Time 6 minutes 21 seconds.
Now the power play of the Edmonton Oilers will get an opportunity. Basson, there you can see the stick. He pulls down Tikkanen. Gets the penalty for the Oilers with 49 goals and 214 opportunities and a 22.9% efficiency. Go to work. They're ranked 6th in the league.
Now, one time this season, they were number 1. And when the Islanders were here in December, they were complaining a little bit, hoping and groping about their power play and dropped to 3rd in the league. And now all the way down to 6th. And Potvin has just dumped it down the ice.
And they have the top 3 spots on the league scoring sewed up. And ranked 6th.
Out there right now, it's Lowe. Dumping it in. Messier up front, along with Anderson and Gretzky, as Kelly Rudy slaps it high. It goes over the glass into the seats. Islanders will be 2 men short.
Automatic penalty. Kelly Rudy knows it too. Look at him look up into the lights. What have I done? He got a little too much on the puck. He hoisted it just a little too high. Cleared it over the glass. There's the shot. Look at it rising quickly. And it's over the glass. It's an automatic penalty for 2 minutes, delaying the hockey game.
And part of it due to the short glass here at the Nrthlands Coliseum. Most arenas around the league, that wouldn't have gone over the glass, but watch.
There it is. You can see it flipping and rolling. It kind of stuck to his hockey stick. You've got to know that that was not his intention. But it doesn't matter. When a goaltender directly shoots the puck over the glass, whether it's intentional or unintentional, only he knows. But the referee has to give him 2 minutes for delay of the game. We saw it in the first game, the 3-2 overtime win by Edmonton. 2 bench penalties, 1 to each team, for too many men on the ice. That was early in the season, so you could almost say, well, that's because things haven't been very good yet. And here, a penalty to Kelly Rudy for delaying the game is going to give the Islanders a deficit of 2 for at least 1 minute and 13 seconds. That's what's left on Bob Bass's hook.
The Islanders taking all kinds of time in deciding who's going to serve the penalty. Now Gord Dineen skates off slowly. Danny Potvin goes back to the Islander bench. Barry Simpson has Rich Crom, Brent Sutter, and Steve Conroy on the ice. Messier takes the face-off. Tikkanen is to the right, and Gregg up on the left side. Curry and Gretzky back at the points, and Gretzky couldn't get to the puck. Curry did. Gave it to Gregg, now to Messier. Steps over the Islander line, pulling to the left side. Tikkanen backs in, centers, it's tipped, and Rudy grabs it. Off the stick of Conroy, and it was headed toward the net, and Rudy very alert.
Instinctively, as a defenseman, you want to try and break up the play. Steve Conroy, watch him, 33. There he's turning. There's the pass. He reached out to break it up. The puck went off his stick. Randy Gregg, number 21, was looking for the pass. Conroy got his stick in front of it, deflected it, but it was heading for the far corner of the net. Kelly Rudy picked it off with his catching glove. Good alert save by Kelly Rudy, who has played well against these Edmonton Oilers in the 3-2 hockey game back on December the 3rd. He was picked as the star of that hockey game. The Oilers outshot the Islanders 30-26 in that game.
Now Trache and Potvin back of the net. 3 Oilers there. And Tikkanen clears it around the boards. Picked up by Gretzky. To Tikkanen. Plays it rink wide to Curry. Had a little trouble handling it, then gave it to Gretzky. Gretzky centers. Tikkanen shot. Rudy down on one knee, reaches up and grabs it without any trouble.
Tikkanen tried to one-time it as the Oilers setting him up to the left of Kelly Rudy, but the puck, he didn't get enough of it. Didn't get a good shot away. Kelly Rudy was en route. He was moving across. There's the pass. Gretzky looking, and there's his pass over. You can see the puck flip up in the air. It's not an easy shot. When players get that away and sting it, it's a good shot. To time it perfectly, it's not an easy play. He knows how to do it. He knows that a lot of players on his team know how to do it. Tikkanen is one of them.
He's over on the left side. Number 99 is Messier on the draw. The puck went to the corner. Potvin plays it up the boards. Randy Gregg held it in. Gave it to Mark Messier. Lost it to Brent Sutter, and he's dumped it down the ice.
That's a big play for the Islanders, teaming up Brent Sutter and Dennis Potvin to get the puck down. The Edmonton Oilers not doing that well with the 2-man advantage.
Messier over the Islander line, offside. He hesitated, and Tikkanen raced in ahead of him. 15 seconds remaining in the first penalty. That to Bob Bassett.
It's kind of a lift that the Islanders could use in a hockey game such as this. Tied at 2 apiece. To kill this off would be a big boost for the Islanders. The kind of a thing they need, and he recognizes that. Glenn Sather, president, general manager, and coach of the Edmonton Oilers.
He's been busy the last 24 hours trying to get Dino Ciccarelli suspended. He doesn't want Ciccarelli playing for the next little while. Sadly, got the stick up on Lee Fogelin the other night in the game with Minnesota. And the GM, president, what have you, thought it was a deliberate attempt to injure. The league has disagreed. Curry with a shot. Stick save by Rudy. Trache bumped in the corner, gets away from Anderson, and has cleared it out to Basson, who just stepped out of the penalty box. Basson to Crom, cuts in, check from behind, there'll be a penalty, Randy Gregg tying up Crom. And now the Oilers will take a hooking penalty. Maybe something else as Curry, Gregg, and the rest of them are all bunched up in the corner over there.
Bobby Basson was the target. Messier actually cross-checked him from behind at one point. Steve Conroy is in. There's Randy Gregg, 21. Conroy and Messier obviously having some words.
Randy Gregg is going to get a penalty. There may be some others. We have 11 and a half minutes remaining in the second period. And while they sort out the situation, let's step out. Your score is all even. The Islanders 2, the Oilers 2. How many do we have per period? How many spots?
The Oilers penalty to number 21, Randy Gregg. 2 minutes for hooking. The time 8
How many
minutes,
spots?
30 seconds. The Oilers penalty Gregg, 2 minutes hooking at 8:30.
Yeah, we understand.
The Islanders get a break. Randy Gregg takes a penalty. That nullifies the power play that the Oilers were on. Still in the penalty box for 31 seconds. Kelly Rudy's delay of the game penalty being served by Gord Deneen.
This is the type of ice surface, or situation at least, the Oilers like. 5 against 5, including goalkeepers, or 4 against 4, as some like to call it. Messier with a shot off the heel of Rudy's stick. Cleared out across the line, and Devin Lowe gives it to Lee Fogelin. Fogelin to Messier, back to Fogelin. Over to Lowe. Deneen steps out of the penalty box and ties up Lowe. So now the Islanders with a man advantage. While Edmonton had a 2-man advantage, they managed 2 shots on goal, one of them off Conroy's stick. This is Bakula. Talk about being in traffic. The puck comes out of there to Leiter, knocked away from him.
Looked like the LIE there for a minute when Makela was trying to stick handle across the blue line.
Potvin wheels it around to Trottier, back of the net to Denny Potvin. Potvin takes a look, decides to bring it out himself. The pass to Trottier. Across the Edmonton line, cuts to the right, makes the play to Potvin. His shot, and deflected in front. Picked up by Greg Gilbert. Gilbert trying to set up Bossy. Bossy with it in the corner. Couldn't get it to Potvin. Has given it to Trottier instead. Out to Bossy. He shoots. Sure kicks that out. The rebound is blocked. Bossy with a shot that's deflected off low. The Islanders with some chances, but couldn't connect. Deneen went to dump one in, and both of them shoots it down the ice.
What a great opportunity for the Islanders to take the lead for the first time on the power play here. Bossy with an opportunity, and Gord Deneen with another one. Gord Deneen's shot, actually, it went off Greg Gilbert. Gilbert was trying to screen the goaltender. He did just a little too good of a job.
Now out comes Hunter into the Islanders' zone. Swings around Potvin, cuts in. Rudy robs him. Gord Deneen takes it back to the net, and the teams are at 6 aside again. Now the Oilers with a great opportunity to jump into the lead themselves after the Islanders have been able to do nothing with the man advantage as far as putting the puck in the net. Rich Crom tips it out into the slot. The Oilers start from there. Gare taking it from Muni has given it to Gretzky. Gretzky's pass broken up. Wayne Sutter plays it to the open wing. Up in deeper now by Hunter to Gretzky. Played it out in front. It's outside the blue line and back into the Edmonton zone. Little less than 9 minutes remaining in the second period. The Islanders down 2-0 at one time have come back to tie it at 2-2. Eddie Morrow gives the puck to Hanpa. Gregg riding hurt on him. Wojciechowski held it in. It's passed to the left side. They wheel it across to Gare, and he's got it wide. Wayne Sutter to the point. Muni with a long shot. Rudy grabs that and drops it off for Brian Curran. Curran gives it to Morrow. Up to Basson. It's knocked away from him. Back to Curran with a pass now to Hanpa. Hanpa flips it into the Edmonton end of the ice. That's Wayne Sutter going in after it. Runs into the boards, got a piece of Muni as well. The puck came right out in front. The Oilers can't clear it out of there in time. Conroy just dumped it back to the net. Muni snaps it around the glass. Off the stick of Leiter. Leiter checks him behind. Both players went down, and the Oilers move it ahead. Back comes Brent Sutter. Gave it to Conroy. Then Makela shot it into the Edmonton end of the ice. Muir handles it there, leaving it for Randy Gregg. Gregg put it right on the glove of Makela. Turn, shoots, that's tipped wide. Brad Lauer chasing McTavish. Now Napier has dumped it down into the Islanders zone, and Makela gets back. So Makela lifts it high into the center ice area. Kevin Lowe chasing it. LaFontaine chasing him. Lowe rounds the net. Starts out on this right side. Kevin Lowe to Craig McTavish, and he shoots it into the crowd. 7 minutes, 25 seconds remaining. Period 2. The score at Edmonton, 2-2.
Ladies and gentlemen, every regular home game this season, one lucky holder of action wins a trip for two to Las Vegas. The trip is compliments of Pacific Western Holidays, Gators, and the Imperial Palace travel arrangements
Yes,
for
sir.
World Travel. Please turn to page 72 in your Action magazine.
Yes, sir.
If you have the following number, report to the sound booth behind section M immediately. Tonight's winning Las Vegas number is 91938.
Houghton's game with which we're position. 12 shots on goal so far for the Oilers. That's 7 in this period. For the Islanders, they've got 19 as a total. That gives them 7 for the second period so far.
Weathering things very well in the second period. We've said so many times, second periods have turned out to be the Achilles heel for the Islanders this season. And McTavish leading the rush for the Oilers, trying to get in off left wing, is chased behind the net, rounds the net, couldn't get the wrap around, and Rudy dives out to cover the puck.
McTavish, a good move, but Kelly Rudy just a little too quick, comes up with the puck.
Ed Sater, the coach now of the Buffalo Sabres, has been saying that wraparound play is going to be the most important in hockey, that there'll be at least a wraparound goal a game. Do you believe that?
Well, that's a pretty profound statement. A goal a game. Well, I'm not saying it can't be done, but I haven't seen it yet. That's not an easy play to make, one when you're being checked. That pass was crossed. There it is. Kelly Rudy picking it off, hanging on, but Ed Sater, being a art student of the game of hockey, must recognize that there's some reason for that thinking. Did he qualify it? Why he thinks it will happen more often?
Well, he said they were working on it, that they were practicing it in Buffalo, and the reason why, he felt that it was going to be the up-and-coming big key play per game. Bossy into the Edmonton zone. He could not get around Messier. Mark Messier left it on the boards. Trottier has it. Got one off Mike Bossy that bounces out into the center ice area. Deneen back to the pass to Bossy. Tipped away, picked up by Gilbert, and he is checked. Messier rolls over the out of the line. Gave it to Anderson. He shoots and hit Potvin. Messier shoots it wide of the net. Trottier colliding with Anderson, sent him flying. It comes right out in front, and it's covered by Kelly Rudy. We have 6 minutes and 18 seconds remaining in the second period.
Take a look as Mark Messier tries to set up Anderson. There's the puck shot up. Anderson takes a pretty good jolt from Brian Trottier. He kicks the puck out in front. Here's that same play again from a camera behind the net as Anderson goes down. There's the puck in front. Kelly Rudy has a hold of it with Messier moving in on him.
Remind you that tomorrow night's game, 8 o'clock, live from the Saddle Dome. That is Eastern Time, 8 o'clock. The Islanders and the Flames tomorrow evening, right here on Sports Channel. Gretzky dumps the puck back to the Islander goal. It's in after the return pass, but Brent Sutter beat him to it. Comes loose at the side of the net. Gretzky chased it. Brent Sutter got to it. Played it away from Curry. Couldn't get it outside the line. Here's Gretzky in the corner. Centers, and Curry too well covered. Tikkanen moves in. Gave it to Curry, to Tikkanen. Curran wraps him up, and over goes Brent Sutter. Sutter comes out of the corner, flips it out into the center ice zone. Jeff Rookaboom hustling back. Rich Crom knocked it away from him. Crom plays it in a little deeper. Charlie Curry got to it first and has given it to Charlie Huddy. Now to Tikkanen. Tikkanen shoots it in from center ice. Rich Crom goes back. Played one off the boards. It's loose. Conroy gets to it. Steve Conroy across the Edmonton line with a pass to Wayne Sutter. Backhand shot is wide. There's LaFontaine trying to put it out in front. Ends up in the mesh instead. Comes out of there. Wayne Sutter tied up by Fogelin as the wraparound. Oh, Lauer is beaten by Cure as they made the perfect play at the time.
What a stop by Cure. Good chance for Lauer coming in from the side.
Now Gretzky takes it from low, moves in, Rudy the save, and the net comes on. And Collision in the goal mouth, and the net springs loose with 5 minutes and 4 seconds left in the period.
The Islanders return to the Coliseum on Saturday, February 14th, to face the Buffalo Sabres and former teammate Clark Gillies. And don't forget that European American Bank will be hosting the Islanders' Valentine's Day party night. The Philadelphia Flyers will be making their final regular season visit to Long Island on Tuesday, February 17th, and then it's the Montreal Canadiens on Saturday, February the 21st, for their only 1986-87 game at the Coliseum. Tickets are available at the box office, 516-888-9000 or 212-307-7171. Take a look at the Islanders. Pat LaFontaine, wraparound try. There's Brad Lauer with his shot. What a stop. Cat-like move by Grant Fuhr. Here's Gretzky, who led the rush, back at the other end. He gets the return pass from Kevin Lowe. Kelly Rudy makes the save. A pileup on the goalpost forces it off its mooring. A stoppage of play.
Now LaFontaine against Krushelnyski on the draw. The Oilers get to the puck. Moving off the far board, Suminen, he runs into a check. LaFontaine gave it to Alan Kerr, who dumps it down the ice. Randy Gregg coming back. Lays it up the boards into center ice. Deneen with it. Over to Potvin. The captain has been chasing that elusive 1,000th point for several games. He is 5 shy of 1,000 in his career. It has gone the last 7 games without picking up a point. That is 7 that he has played. There'll be a penalty on the play. A holding call. Gord Deneen comes over to appeal to referee Kerry Fraser. The Islanders were trying to move out of their own end of the ice, and Deneen gets caught holding. So Edmonton goes to the power play again.
Didn't look like the serious type of holding. Gord Deneen still can't believe it. There he is, number 2 at the side of the net. Wow, I guess he was holding, but he didn't seem to be holding Suminen that tough, that hard, but he draws the penalty from Kerry Fraser. Kerry Fraser is not the kind of a referee that gives out cheap penalties, if you will. They have to be probably it's been more than just the one hold. He may have, and we never know, because there's always a constant chatter, a constant communication between he and players. He may have told Gord Deneen, don't do it, earlier in the game. I can't let you away with too many, and then giving him a penalty the next time he did it. That's a possibility.
Ryan Kern backs into Krushelnyski. The puck went to Trottier, and he slapped it into center ice. Number 99 back has given it to Lowe. They broken up by Crom as Suminen got to the Islander blue line. So here's Wayne Gretzky setting it up again. Gretzky dumps it in this time. Rudy waits at the side of the net, played it to the corner. Suminen feeds Gretzky. Now to Kevin Lowe. Lowe back to Gretzky. Goes to the right side. Sneaks in a little deeper with it. Leaves it on the boards, and back to pick it up is Gare. Danny Gare in front. The backhanded by Krushelnyski is blocked by Rudy. This is Gare. To Gretzky. Out in front, intended for Gare, and Rich Crom got to it and has cleared it off the board.
That's an indication there. You saw Danny Gare with the puck, and he passed it to Gretzky. They didn't really have a reason for that. He should never have passed it at that point to Gretzky. Gretzky wasn't in a position to do anything more than he was, and the Islanders end up shooting it down the ice.
It looks like Edmonton just did. Shot it in from their own side of center ice on a power play, and are called for icing. With 59 seconds remaining, and the penalty against Gord Deneen. Kenny Morrow, who didn't play the game in Vancouver the other night, back to the Islander bench. And Terry Simpson has sent out Denny Potvin and Steve Conroy as the defense combination. Brent Sutter and Greg Gilbert, the Islander forwards. And they're going to spend a lot of money on the Nrthlands Coliseum in the next couple of years. They've budgeted $12 million in renovations. They've already spent a couple of $1 million on skyboxes, similar to what we have at the Nassau Coliseum. They're also going to be putting in one of those color animated scoreboards here in the next few years. $12 million over 5 years. Canadian money.
Yeah, of course. Did you lend him the money?
Not even 12 million lira that I come up with.
Parkington trying to peddle some of his wife's jewelry at one point?
That's what we had heard. Kevin Lowe on this power play has given it to Curry. Work it back to the net, take it into Messier, and that was broken up. Brent Sutter cleared it, but not out. Randy Gregg to take it into Messier. Messier holding it, plays it across off Brent Sutter, and Potvin gets to it. Lowe knocks it out of the air. Kevin Lowe feeds Messier. Messier Holding it. Back to the blue line to Gregg. Over to Messier. Turn, shoots. Blocked by Conroy. Messier plays it in deep. They're sticking it back of the net. Into the corner to Curry. Gage low. Low shot. Rudy the stick save, and Potvin got to the rebound and fires it down the ice.
Fine job by the Islanders, killing off another power play by Edmonton.
The Oilers, starting out, had a chance to catch the Islanders on a player change. Could not. Kenny Morrow is out of defense with Curran. Up front it's Crom with Basson and Wayne Sutter at the moment. Wayne Sutter waits for the puck to come around the boards. Got to it, gave it to Basson. Basson checked in his own end of the ice. Morrow gets a stick on it, gave it to Basson to Dwayne Sutter. Sutter from back of the net, put it out in front, nobody there. Morrow hustles to the right wing boards, dumps it in deeper to Dwayne Sutter. Collision back of the net, knocked Basson off his skates. Here's Dwayne Sutter with it. Sutter out to Rich Crom. Crom trying to put it in the slot. And Cavish knocks it away from him. Crom kicks it to Dwayne Sutter. Centers to Basson, back to Curran. Ryan Curran's shot went wide. Pure trying to knock it away from the goal mouth. It ended up back of the net. Dwayne Sutter let it go for Rich Crom. Crom trying to come out of the corner with a minute and a half remaining in the period. The Oilers pick up the puck. Rookaboom put it right on Morrow's stick. Fires one that's blocked by Lowe. Dwayne Sutter ridden into the boards by Rookaboom. Basson kicks it out of the far corner. Bobby Basson trying to center. The point to Morrow. His shot is blocked and puck ends up in the center ice area. Dwayne Sutter knocked down in front of the net. The Islanders have to wait a little before shooting it in and did not wait long enough, thus an offside. Through the magic of television, we show you the skyboxes that we were talking about. These cost $45,000 each per season. Canadian.
I love the way you preface all that with Canadian money. Of course, it's getting stronger here now.
Well, until yesterday, and this guy that they've got in charge of the Canadian dollars said something derogatory, and the bonnet fell out of it again.
Oh, it is that fragile here, I suppose, the Canadian dollar.
Earlier this week, the Canadian dollar was worth about exactly 75 cents U.S., and then, I don't recall the man's name, but the Canuck buck with a
Last minute of play in the second period.
late yesterday and today.
Well, you keep a close watch on it, don't you?
Well, traveling with you guys, I'm constantly in the bank changing money. I know what's going on a minute-to-minute basis.
Well, you get famous on your income tax.
Bossy on right wing, drop pass. Trottier gets to it. Tried to play it through to Gilbert. Anderson rides hard on him. Messier picks it out of the corner and starts out. Messier into the Islander zone. Tried the left side. Falling on the play is Hunter. The puck comes out in front. Anderson with a shot that changes direction. After the net, it's loose. Messier goes to center one. Has it again. Backhands it out in front. Fogelin with it at the blue line. Played it to the corner. Comes off the boards for Bossy. Bossy slapped it but not out. Greg Muni plays it in front. Here's Anderson. Couldn't get it teed up. Hunter drops it back and Fogelin shot one wide. Bossy takes it out of the right wing corner with 2 seconds to go in the period. The Islanders get the only goal and tie up the hockey game. Edmonton dominating as far as shots on goal are concerned. But after 40 minutes at the Nrthlands Coliseum, the Islanders and the Oilers are tied at 2-2. When we come back, we'll take you to Lee Seidman for a Sports Channel Tonight update.
Fourth on the year, power play goal. The assists to number 24, Mikko Makala, and number 29, Ken Leiter. We made our goal coming in the 5-minute, 10-second mark. The New York Islanders taking 3 of the 5 minors assists in the second period. The shots on goal by New York, 8 for a 2-period total of 20. By the Oilers, 11 for a 2-period total of 60.
4-0.
Listen for all the results.
The Winnipeg over the Los Angeles.
Total shots on goal for the Islanders over Edmonton in that category. Score tied 2-2, the only second period goal. Steve Conroy from Mikko Makala and Kenny Leiter at the 5:10 mark. Very balmy weather. It's almost like playoff time. The Islanders coming to Edmonton. Temperature up in the 40s as far as the Fahrenheit scale is concerned.
We expect it to be 40 below here, and it was, gosh, it must have been almost 45 degrees today here in Edmonton. I remember a couple of days ago reading the paper that Punxsutawney Phil Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, come out of his hole. That's the groundhog, saw a shadow. 6 more weeks of winter, so he says. And he, of course, is the undisputed marmot of meteorology. I mean, there's no question about it.
Okay. Anderson into the Islanders' zone, can't split the defense. Wayne Gretzky not on the ice for the start of this period. He is not on the Edmonton bench. Has not returned, obviously, from the dressing room. We'll keep an eye on that situation. Messier handling the puck into the Islanders' zone. Mike Bossy picks it up and starts out. Bossy at the center ice stripe, the pass to Brent Sutter. Sutter trying to get through the defense, cannot. Charlie Huddy dumps it off the boards, and there's Conroy for the Islanders. Brent Fuhr didn't blow it up. Charlie Huddy plays it up the boards, out into center. Coming over is Conroy. Pass to Leiter, out of Makula. Nico Makula, left side. Conroy is across the line. Steve Conroy moves in, centers one. Brent Sutter couldn't get to it. We're wondering about Wayne Gretzky. He has just now returned to the Edmonton players' bench.
Somebody must have been playing a practical joke, hit one of his skates.
That would be a practical joke. Rushaldisky into the Islanders' zone, checked by Morrow. Hiding all his sticks would be a better one. Of course, he'd always score with somebody else's, I guess. Morrow trying to clear it up the boards. The referee gets knocked down. Turns around, the puck comes out in front. Back to the point, there's a drive, kicked out by Rudy as Bookabum got it away. Scramble in front, the puck went out of there to Suominen. Suominen back to Bookabum, unloads a big slap shot that's blocked in front of the net. Hanpa gets to it. Harry Hanpa backhands it into the center ice zone. Of course, the linesman to skip a rope to get away from it. Huddy over the line. Brent Sutter slows him up, turned him around, and Potvin takes the puck. And there'll be a penalty on the play. Brent Sutter is going to get the gate, and he has been shaken up as well. There's a break in the action. 17:54 remaining in the third period. This game is tied 2-2.
We saw him come back. Right?
Brent's cut right.
To add a little salt to the wound, Brent Sutter going to the penalty box. He's got a penalty. Let's see, there's Sutter hooking up Charlie Huddy. Got the stick on him. Boy, there's the stick. Gord Dineen coming across, running into Huddy. His stick got up and loose, and it caught his own teammate.
Brent Sutter, 2 minutes for hooking.
Hooking penalty.
Time, 2 minutes.
Fourth power play of the game for the Oilers. Conrad picks it up, played it to the line where it hit Curry. Across to Gretzky. Gretzky pulls it away from Trottier, feeds Curry, back to the blue line to Lowe. Kevin Lowe works it in deep. Messier in the far corner to Gretzky, back to the blue line to Lowe. Lowe shot, ended up going wide of the net. The Oilers got it up again. This is Lowe. Kevin Lowe fires one off his stick into the equipment of Messier and then knocked away from him, and Conroy dumps it down the ice. Well, the reason Gretzky did not come back out immediately with the team, he was adjusting some equipment. It may have been that skate after all. Kenny Morrow and Tikkanen collide in the Islanders' zone, and Brian Kern shoots it around the boards and down the ice. 50 seconds gone, and the penalty to Brent Sutter. Fuhr played it around the boards in his own zone. It came back to Curry. Curry gave it to Bookabum, and the Oilers start out. Messier making the play to Curry. Into the Islanders' zone, he's given it to Gretzky. Pass went to no one. Tikkanen with it now. To Curry, back to Tikkanen. Tikkanen pulling to the left side, has given it to Curry. In deeper to Gretzky, missed the pass. Has it again. Puts it out in front. Bookabum couldn't get to it. Greg Gilbert did, and now Bob Basson has shot it off the boards at center ice.
The Islanders doing another good job killing off the power play of Edmonton with Gretzky now through center ice.
Gives it to Glenn Anderson, who goes to the backhand, turns, Drops it back. Curry to Bookeboom to Anderson, and Crom broke up that pass. Conroy picks it up and shoots it down the ice.
Fans getting a little restless here with their Edmonton Oilers not producing on the power play. Obviously, they're not recognizing that the Islanders playing good positional hockey, particularly in their own end of the ice, killing it off.
We talked about how poorly the Islander power play had done. The penalty killing was operating at about an 80% clip. Now the penalty killer, about the power play, I should say, was really struggling. They killed this one off. Score remains 2-2. Gretzky from back of the net puts it out in front. The backhander by McTavish is blocked and cleared off the boards and down the ice. This will result in an icing against the Islanders. They kill off that penalty to Brent Sutter with little damage done. Break in the action. We have 15 and a half minutes to play in the third period. The score tie 2-2.
Tonight's selections will be chosen by Nick Chivay of the Edmonton Sun.
Got the Springfield schedule. Get in there sometime, please. I haven't got that cleared, Jim. I forgot to ask Bill. John Potts, Bill. Kelly Rudy, who hadn't started a game, hadn't played in a game since the 21st of January, has been sharp after his first two Edmonton goals. The one by Curry seemed to catch him. The one that made it 1-0. He has been red hot since. Here's McTavish. Greg McTavish trying to get away from Morrow's tight checking. Honpa picks up the loose puck. Harry Honpa across to Makula, spots Brent Sutter, and the pass was tipped. Brent Sutter goes after it. Down the boards to Makula. Back of the net. Sutter gets to it. Gave it to Honpa, and he shot it wide. Rothman in off the left point. Works it around behind the net. Brent Sutter is there. It gets away from him. Goes to Makula. Nico Makula bowled over by Muni. Here's McTavish playing the puck out to Gray. Gray comes to center into the Islanders zone. Gave it to McClellan. McClellan shot through the goal mount. It's off the right wing boards, and Makula has it. Makula over the Edmonton blue line on right wing. Thrown up, centered one that was blocked by Muni. He's knocked down. Gets the stick. It is Napier, rather, not Muni. Or Deneen moves in. Deneen plays it off LaFontaine. It's loose in the far corner, and Danny Gare is there. Gare, long pass intended for Krushelnyski. Deneen slowed it up, and it goes back to Potvin. Potvin using the board, gets it to center. Lee Vogelin with it now. Vogelin takes one high and wide at Kelly Rudy. Simonin comes in after it. Deneen leans in into the boards. Potvin plays it to left wing, and Brad Lauer up with it. Pass to LaFontaine, on to Alan Kerr. Kerr shot one right on. Pure the save. Vogelin takes over. Plays it off Danny Gare, and it bounces out into center ice. Conroy shoots it right back in again. This is Kevin Lowe, parked behind the Edmonton net. The pass out to Krushelnyski. It's over center ice. Lead pass. Simonin coming right in on goal, but it's offside. Simonin put it in the net, but the whistle stopped everything. There's a break in the action. 13:49 remaining in the third period. The score is tied 2-2.
I didn't think it was offside.
It didn't either.
There is no goal. Play whistle offside at the blue line. No goal.
Simonin offside. That's what Randy Mitten, the linesman, said. Here's the play as the pass goes through. It's hard to tell from that angle. The linesman standing on the line had a better look at it. But as we have said many times in the past, you can't take it back. Once you've blown the whistle, even if you were wrong and realized it, nothing you can do about it.
Bossy just backhanded one as Potvin had gone to the front of the Edmonton goal, and now out come the Oilers. Messier to Anderson, trying to get on the right side. Gilbert bumps him. That's a second penalty, and down he goes. There'll be a penalty here.
Slashing penalty to call on Greg Gilbert. A break in the action with 13:28 remaining here in the third period in a 2-2 tie. Greg Gilbert draws the penalty. Anderson had got in behind him and was heading for the net. Gilbert broke his stick across the arms. Here's Messier. There's Anderson. Greg Gilbert had fallen down when he tried to turn. There goes Anderson. Bang. There's the broken stick. Rache coming in from the side also got a piece of Anderson. But a penalty to Greg Gilbert. John Muckler way down in the background with the silver hair. And of course up close, the tapper, Glenn Sather.
I think earlier in this period I mentioned that the Oilers were on their fourth power play. This will be their fourth power play. And a two-man advantage. And that was wiped out when Randy Gregg took a hooking penalty. And one after that. Answers the challenge. Now overcomes Huddy. And while it is 3-2 Edmonton, we've got ourselves a little hot spot there to the left of Kelly Rudy.
Greg Gilbert, the off-ice official, smartly grabbed him. He was coming from the penalty box down, and of course, that would get him ejected from the hockey game. Messier really mad. Here's the play from the face-off. Gretzky in the corner. That's Gary Curry, number 17. There's the play deflected. Potvin hits Messier from behind. That's what made him upset. There's the pass, the deflection. Messier takes a cross-check from Potvin. The puck gets in behind Kelly Rudy. And the Edmonton Oilers, on a penalty to Greg Gilbert, a power play goal, have taken the lead, 3-2. There's Messier having a few words with Potvin. There's the puck in the net. That's the jousting there. Crom steps in, Potvin, and Messier upset. Felt that Potvin's cross-check came a little late after the puck was already in the net. Sather, of course, pleading his case with one of the linesmen, Swede Knox. We often talk about the officials never get to do a home game. Well, he lives here in the Edmonton area. Randy Nissen, too, doesn't he? Yes, both linesmen in the game tonight are local fellows. Messier being announced as the score to give Edmonton a one-goal lead with 13:21 remaining here in the third period.
Murray and Gretzky get the assist on that power play goal by Messier. So it's 3-2. Now Potvin and Messier have both gone to the penalty boxes. Game's at 6 aside. Gilbert shooting it into the Edmonton end of the ice, and that's low. Knocked away from him by Bossy. Vogelin picks it up, plays it up the boards, but right to Gilbert. Gilbert bumped by Vogelin, and Tikkanen gets back. Plays it around the wing. Bossy picks it up on the right side. Not get any skating room. Bossy, one of the two out of the goals. Now it's cleared off the shoulder of Leiter and up into the crowd. And Gretzky says the face-off will be outside the blue line. Certainly it will be. The Springfield Indians of the American Hockey League host the Baltimore Club tomorrow night at Springfield in a 7:30 game. Then they go to Maine for a game on Sunday. Cut himself shaving, did he?
No, that's probably why he was late coming back onto the ice. They said it was equipment. Go ahead and finish, and I'll talk about Gretzky when you're done with the information.
I was just going to remind the fans that they can see that Springfield team in action at New Haven on Wednesday the 11th, or over at Springfield on Friday night the 13th. They'll be hosting Adirondack that night. The home games in Springfield start at 7:30. The penalties, by the way, are high sticking to both Messier and Potvin. And natural error at 6:39, the time at which Messier scored the goal. Here's Curry with a big shot, with bouncing off Curran. He's loose at the side of the net, and taken down is Curran. The puck comes around the boards to Craig Muning. Slap shot, really got a piece of that. Gretzky trying to center it. Curran leans him up against the boards. Now Curry leaves it, Tikkanen puts it out in front, and Bossy clears it to center ice. Kern and Gretzky having a little feud. Pushed and shoved at one another. In the meantime, Kern breaks up an Edmonton play, gave the puck to Dwayne Sutter. Sutter in front. Crom, too well covered. And out comes Tikkanen. Down the left side, Crom wrapped himself around him. And the puck is loose back in the Edmonton end of the ice, and a two-line pass being called here with 11:39 remaining in this third period.
How about those Hartford Whalers? They're back in first place again. They beat the right team. moved into first place, 1 point ahead of Montreal now. They beat the Washington Capitals. Of course, that helped the Islanders, with Washington 52 points, tied with the Rangers, only 4 points back of the Islanders with 56. Winnipeg helped their cause by winning also. They are now only 11 points back of Edmonton in this nice division. And the Detroit Red Wings, how about won a game tonight. Well, it's cold up here in the North Country, not as cold as it could be, and Jiggs and I just can't imagine what that Caribbean sun beating down on the deck of the Queen Elizabeth II, our Islander cruise this summer, is going to be like. We'll give you some more information on the Islander cruise when our next stoppage comes along.
Fontaine is at center ice with Lauer on the left side and Kerr here on the right. Alan Kerr checked at the blue line. Backboard is Gord Deneen. Off the edge, it goes to Conroy. They pass to Brad Lauer. Now we've got a fight in the center ice area. Krushelnyski and Kerr. Ends up in a wrestling match, and you see the linesman, Knox and Mitten, trying to pull them apart.
Did you hear the whistle go rather late? You know what that was? Because there hadn't been a whistle to officially stop the play. Kerry Fraser comes up with a whistle. What happened was that Kerr, Krushelnyski were hanging on. Kerr took his stick and shot it away. Krushelnyski chased him for 30 feet, breaking the action. 11:25 remaining here in the third period. A 3-2 lead for the Edmonton Oilers. Yeah, Billy. Now, just, you know, could you say something like finish your statement and then go on out? All right. Well, Kerr had taken the stick of Krushelnyski. Let's see if we can take a look. There's Krushelnyski. Kerr has a hold of it. Down goes Kerr. He's got the stick. Now watch what happens. He drops the stick and he kicks it away. And then Kerr is in pursuit of his position in the puck. Krushelnyski chased him for about 30 feet. Kerr didn't know it. Krushelnyski grabbed him, started punching at him. Kerr was trying to figure out what's going on here. So he turned around, grabbed a hold of him, and put him down. Ooh, there's a hard shot, rising shot by Napier. Just wide.
And the Islanders come to center ice. It's Honpa over in the left wing. Banks it in around Fogelin, drops it back. Conroy with a shot that was going high and wide. Ends up at the left wing boards and bringing it out as Napier across to McTavish. Greg McTavish backhands one off Conroy's skates. 40 Deneen for the Islanders. Up to Makela, pokes it out into center ice. Oilers regroup at that point. Oh, has dumped it in high. There's penalties. Krushelnyski gets an instigator penalty. And now referee Kerry Fraser appears to be calling something else. Krushelnyski an instigator, Kerr an interference penalty, and each 5 minutes for fighting beside. So they are a walk.
That was just an icing. All of that commotion that you just saw and heard was, first of all, McClellan's hit on Basson, but the whistle had gone. The linesman had blown the whistle for an icing call, and the players didn't hear the whistle, I guess, and continued to go. Kerry Fraser again blowing the whistle for the second time, stopping the play for sure.
Now the Islanders with Basson, Wayne Sutter, and Rich Crom is the forward line. Messier is out there for Edmonton with Gretzky and Curry. Basson lost the draw to Messier, and Gregg has slapped it around the boards. Wayne Sutter gets to it, plays it in deep over the stick of Rich Crom. Andy Gregg stepped in front of him. Basson went for the puck. Wayne Sutter picks it up. Given it to Rich Crom. Dumps it back to the net. Wayne Sutter there. Gets knocked down. Centered it. It's kicked loose and just wide of the net. Is in and out of the skates of Gretzky it went. This is Bob Basson. Gretzky without a stick. Basson upended. The puck goes to Crom. Put it in the slot, and it's knocked away from him and out into center ice. Richie Crom back for it. Crom dumps it in. Wayne Sutter chases it. Got bumped on the play. Puck loose. The Oilers get to it, but don't clear it out. Kenny Morrow with a shot that's deflected. Ends up in the corner. Wayne Sutter after it. Sutter around the boards for Trottier. Gregg knocks it away from him to the line where Morrow picks it up. His long shot just wide. Wayne Sutter put it across the goal mouth. Lakeinen has it for Edmonton. Long pass. Potvin takes over at the Islander blue line. Gave it to Dwayne Sutter, who's been out there a long time. Sutter to Gilbert. Couldn't find Trottier, and up come the Oilers. Charlie Huddy just dumped it into the Islander zone. Potvin clears it out with a pass to Gilbert. With 9.5 minutes to play. Gilbert to Trottier. Trottier couldn't find Bossy. Now dumps one through in front. Muir kicks that aside. Mike Bossy feeds Gilbert. Around Gretzky. Gilbert trying to cut in. Gretzky slips and he skips the breakaway. Gretzky coming in. Conroy gets back. Gretzky over to Curry and goal with a sliding save by Kelly Rudy.
Can't understand. Gretzky seemed to hold up. The Islanders were in pursuit. I think Conroy, he figured that Conroy was going to catch him. He's a good skater, Steve Conroy, so he opted to lay back. He waited and then made the pass to Yeri Curry. But what another outstanding save by Kelly Rudy.
Icing the call here against the New York Islanders. You see number 99 back at the Edmonton bench.
Here's how the play developed. Greg Gilbert gets the puck stripped from him. Gretzky breaks away. Gilbert in pursuit on the right side. Here comes Conroy. What a good job he did getting back. There's the pass. The shot by Curry. Beautiful time. Beautiful timing by Kelly Rudy as he slid across the goal mouth, taking the shot away from Yeri Curry. Where's Curry? Very dangerous score. One of the 3 Edmonton Oilers in the top of the NHL scoring list.
Evan Lowe has shot the puck in from the Islander blue line. Rudy played it around the boards. Vogelin will be 32 tomorrow. Just dumped it in deeper, and here's Pakula. Can't get it outside the line. Kern without a stick. Anderson with the puck. Shoots. Rudy kicks that aside. Anderson drilled it from the slot. Now Anderson and Kern pushing at one another. They separate, and the puck is dumped down into the Edmonton zone. Icing is waved off. Vogelin back for it. Played it off the right wing boards. Anderson nudges it ahead for Messier. Mark Messier closing in. One-handed it on the backhand, but wide. Hunter puts it out in front. That's tipped and ends up in the center ice area. Gregg has to chase it. Up to Randy Gregg. A little suturing work on his teammate Vogelin the other night in Minnesota after the game, apparently.
The game, Vogelin was hurt. 2 of the players, Charlie Huddy and Vogelin, both got hurt in the third period of that hockey game. They were both in this hockey game today. They didn't think they were going to be playing.
And they wonder why he did the job. Apparently they couldn't find a Minnesota team doctor. Greg said he must have had something else to do or wanted to go home early. So he got the kit out and put a couple of sutures in, and everything is fine.
We used to have the trainer years ago. The trainers used to stitch the players up.
And told us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it sure shows. More like railroad tracks on the faces of the guys. A fellow named Nick Guerin, who was with the New York Rangers for many years and with the Islanders, used to stitch up. He was about the last one that I remember, active trainer that did stitching. Not well, as you said.
Bossy flips the puck out into the center ice areas. The Oilers have their way in the Islanders zone for the moment. Leiter breaks loose, comes over the line with a drive. He scores! Eddie Leiter ties it at 3-3.
What a fine play by Ken Leiter. As he strips the puck, look at the smile on Mike Bossy's face. Ken Leiter steals the puck. What a gamble here by the doctor. Greg, here he comes racing out. He missed it. Here comes Ken Leiter. He just teed it up on a breakaway and then ripped it right between the legs of Grant Fuhr. Here he is again. He's got time. He's got a player bearing down on him from the side, but he got time enough to really blast it. And he has a tremendous shot. Ken Leiter ties the score at 3-3 with 6:57 remaining here in the third period.
Leiter's 6th of the year, scored at 13:02. Ron plays it across into the Edmonton zone. Bookabum gets to it there. Off the boards. Curry, a long pass to Gretzky. Pulling to the right side, dropped it back, got it to Curry, shoots, that hit Morrow. Ends up back of the net. Here's Gretzky trying to make the play. And Gretzky centers, it's tipped through the goal mouth. Passing without a stick takes care of taking him. They wrestle away at one another. Skates and Huddy plays it into the center ice zone. Brent Sutter has it for the Islanders. Dwayne Sutter shoots it around the boards. Now McAlure comes out to replace Dwayne Sutter. The Islanders get to a loose puck in the Edmonton zone, but can't go any further. Potvin has it at center ice now. Backhands it in. Boom chasing it. Brent Sutter bangs into him. Honey up with it. Put it in the slot. It's cleared aside. Right in the goal mouth, actually. Murray goes rink wide to Honey. Up to Gretzky. Gretzky's pass. Knocked out of the air by Potvin. Makula picks it up. Mikko Makula over the line. Makula trying to get in around the defense. The puck cleared by Lowe. That's taken in with it. Feeds Gretzky. Into the Islanders zone. Dineen knocked the puck off his stick, and Potvin has it. Potvin in the center. Dineen and Gretzky pushed and shoved at one another. Playing a little more physical. Being challenged a little more, perhaps, in this game tonight than we're accustomed to seeing the Islanders against them. Puck loose in the center ice area, and they're going to break away. It's Bossy coming in. Lowe tries to get back. Does. Bossy can't get to it. Ryder was there, and he couldn't complete it. They wrapped up Bossy. And that was back. Here's Bossy again. He can't get around Hunter this time, and the Oilers have shot it down the ice, and Bossy again ends up on the ice. Icing waved off. Conroy back with a pass to Gilbert. Pushes it into the center ice zone. The Oilers get to it. Muni has given it to Hunter. Hunter's pass to Anderson. Lost it. Trottier picks it up. Gets it in from center ice. Ward grabbed that and dropped it for Craig Muni. We have 4.5 minutes to play in the third period. Napier shooting it into the Islanders zone. That's McClellan going in after it. Fell. Eddie Morrow gives the puck to Dwayne Sutter. Now comes back to Morrow. Dumps it to the open wing. Off the boards. Craig with it. To McClellan. Allen to McTavish. He's checked at the Islander blue line, and Morrow goes back to the puck. Ryan Kern and McClellan all over one another in the center ice area. They have themselves a tussle the last time the two teams played here. As did McSorley. Here's a shot from McTavish, and Morrow wraps him up. Rudy takes the puck and holds on. A break in the action. Just over 4 minutes remaining in the third period. The score tied 3-3. Lewis wins it. Second period. All right. Three tie here. A couple of good opportunities for Edmonton again. That time McTavish, he had the puck at his feet. Couldn't get it onto his stick. While we're talking about the Islander cruise, we're going to leave out of Manhattan. Yeah. Cruise this time. Safe an airplane ride down to San Juan, Puerto Rico. Yeah, I think that'll be very interesting for the fans, several of whom are not keen on flying perhaps at times. No, especially on that luxury liner, but QE2 this time. You and I could jog around that thing. Take us all day. Don't count on me. Here's Honpa into the Edmonton zone. He's knocked down. Yoshilevsky up with the puck. He and Gare get over the line. The play broken up momentarily. Now Gare dumps it into the corner, and Dineen is there. Or Dineen plays it up the boards. Here's Charlie Honey. A long shot is blocked. Puck comes outside the blue line. Gare gave it back to the defenseman, Jeff Bookeboom, who dumps it in. Potvin is there. Up to Brent Sutter. Sutter to Dineen. Or Dineen shoots it in from center ice, and Pure out of the net. Has given it to Danny Gare. Gare playing it deeper into the Islanders zone. Ken Leiter moves it up right wing to Trottier. Cross now to Steve Conroy. Conroy to Bossy, and upended by Lowe as he kicked it into the Edmonton end of the ice. Comes back from the left boards. Conroy shoots it in deeper. Chasing it is Ryan Trottier. Back to Conroy. Fires one that was blocked and bounces out into center ice. Ryder, who tied up the game, has the puck. We have 3 minutes remaining in the third period. Bossy backhands it off the glass into the Edmonton zone. This is Kevin Lowe finding Fogelin open on the right side. Now to Messier. Messier into the Islanders zone. Can't get completely through the defense. The puck did, and Rudy has it in the catching glove and holds it. Let's give us some more information on the Islander cruise.
Well, as I had mentioned, we're going to leave out of Manhattan on June the 26th for 8 nights and 9 days, going to Antigua, St. Lucia, and St. Thomas. We'll be back just in time for the 4th of July celebration. The vacation of a lifetime, some of your favorite Islanders. Kids now be there, and we'll start to name some of the players that are going to be going with us. For information, you can call Austin Travel at area code 516-794-6710.
June 26th.
June 26th. We'll get on that unit. And the Queen Elizabeth Q is now being refurbished. A total refurbishing job on the QE2. Be beautiful. All new paint, new engines. Sports facilities.
You go duck hunting. Computerized golf, I understand.
Oh, yeah.
Looking forward to it. Anderson on the wraparound right across the goal mouth. Here's Messier. Mark Messier finds Anderson, shoots one. Rudy, the glove save, drops it off and plays it around the glass. Out into the center ice zone, and hustling back is Craig Muni. Muni up the right wing boards. It hit the linesman. Bounces off of him into that pileup, and now the linesman is down momentarily. It's Cron, digs it out of some skates, got it to Basson. Basson finds some skating room, gets over the line with a shot off Muni. Craig Muni stung with that drive. In the meantime, Hunter plays it ahead to Messier. He's into the Islanders' zone. Messier shoots, Rudy the save. Messier was billed on the play. Hotman with the puck. Off the boards, it goes to Rich Cron. Cron at the Edmonton line, plays it to right wing. Wayne Sutter in with a shot that went wide. Messier picks it up over on the right side. Works on Potvin, tried to cut around him and couldn't do it. Junior trick, tried to play it between his feet, huh?
Yeah, Dennis was not going for it.
Potvin with the puck again. Pass to Crom. It's Crom, pulls it, gave it back to Denny Potvin. Potvin slowed up by Gretzky. So the puck comes over the line. Gretzky cuts in, Rudy the save.
What a stop by Kelly Rudy. That pesky Wayne Gretzky did it again. He stole the puck. Raced in all alone. Let's see here. There's Potvin. He was hooking at his shoulders. Then he stole the puck and gets in behind Gordonine. He was trying to lift it into the top right-hand corner. Kelly Rudy holding his ground. Didn't go for the fake. You remember in the first period, Messier did the same thing. Held the puck out there on the backhand and then put it in. But Kelly Rudy picked that one off with Wayne Gretzky bearing down on him. A minute and 12 seconds remaining here in the third period. A 3-3 tie. Curry, Messier, Bossy all in the first period. Steve Conroy, the only second period score, tied it at 2. Messier again, this time in the third period, and Ken Leiter tied it with a breakaway slap shot at 13:02.
Oilers out shooting the Islanders 11-4 here in the third period. Messier gave them the lead. Leiter ties it up, and we have 1 minute and 12 seconds remaining in regulation. As you see, Gretzky and Tikkanen talking it over. Both Trottier and Bossy were back in the goal crease talking to Kelly Rudy. Set play with the face-off. You know that Gretzky, Tikkanen, and Curry have worked this many times. Back to a game between the Oilers and the Devils. And here it doesn't work, and Trottier comes to center and dumps it in. That's Fuhr out of the net. Plays it around the boards, right to Trottier. Fuhr gets back into the goal mouth in a hurry. Trottier centering attempt is blocked. Vogelin waiting back of the net. Tikkanen picks up the puck, gave it right back to Vogelin. Right wing to Curry. Curry comes over center ice and shoots it in. Tikkanen had been turned around by Gilbert, who picks up the puck now. Greg Gilbert to Brian Trottier, checked by Gretzky. Trottier with it again. Plays it across, and Curry chases it. Curry on the backhand. Couldn't get turned around in time for a good shot, and Trottier plays it off the boards down into the Edmonton zone. Greg has touched it, so there'll be no icing. Van Fuhr out of the net. Quickly to Muni. Tikkanen flips it into the Islanders zone. Dineen knocks it down. Toward Dineen to Mikko Makula. Makula to Brett Sutter. He's over the Edmonton line. Sutter's shot. Blocking glove saved by Fuhr. The Oilers pick it up. Just did get it out over the blue line. Curry chasing it, but Potvin is there. The pass to Brett Sutter went off his skates. This is Curry. 2 seconds left. He won't get a shot away, and we're going to go to overtime. The Islanders come back to get a tie in the third period, forcing a 5-minute sudden death overtime. Shots on goal in that
good hockey game. The Islanders, a much different team through these 3 periods. They've skated and checked well, played their positions well. Edmonton's had some pretty good opportunities. Kelly Rudy, again, has been very sharp when he's had to be. A breakaway twice now in this hockey game. Gretzky has broken away, and Kelly Rudy has stopped them.
In overtime this season, the Edmonton record is 4 wins, 3 losses, and 4 ties. And the Islanders, well, let's take a look at why we're going to overtime.
There's the mistake. Randy Gregg went out and gambled. Kenny Leiter got the puck behind him, and from about 40 feet, he put it right between the legs of Grant Fuhr. What a shot by Ken Leiter. As you take a close-up look at Mike Krushelnitsky, one-time Boston Bruin player, Montreal, Quebec native, 6'2", 200 pounds. He was the 7th pick of the Boston Bruins back in 1979. Looking at a couple of fellas, I forgot to mention that when I mentioned that an Oshawa boy, Charlie Huddy, but also Kevin McClellan, another Oshawa native, and I'm sure that all the folks back there at the Gippers, Chuck Bolton is the host back there, are all tuned in watching this now going to overtime game, where it's just about midnight, the bewitching hour in the Motor City of Canada.
Gippers?
Gippers, yeah. Can you imagine in Oshawa, Ontario?
Yeah, I can believe that.
Sure.
The Islanders in overtime, 4-3-6. Edmonton 4-3-4. Kelly Rudy in the Islander net has an overtime record this season of 2 wins, 3 losses, 2 ties. A win, 2 losses, and 2 of those ties on the road.
It was the December 3rd hockey game, the 3-2 overtime win. Anderson scored in overtime for the Edmonton Oilers. See if the Islanders can get sweet revenge in this game.
Pache with Bossy and Gilbert, the Islander forwards. It's Potvin on defense with Deneen. The puck comes back to Messier. Messier put it on the stick of Gilbert. Greg Gilbert plays it off the skates of Bossy. Pache picks it up. Kept away from the check of Muni and couldn't find Potvin. Messier after the puck. Played it right to Gilbert as he hustled back. Gilbert takes a little time, makes the play to Potvin. Potvin comes over center ice. Shoots it in. The Oilers knocked it down, and Hunter has given it to Randy Gregg. Anderson, Potvin back into him. Anderson dumps it into the Islander zone, and chasing it now is Leiter. Kenny Leiter lugs it into the center ice zone. It's over center ice and played it into the goaltender, Grant Fuhr. Lowe took it from him. It's checked by Honpop. Brent Sutter there as well. Sutter being tied up on the play by Tikkanen, and Gretzky has the puck. Gretzky over center ice. Flipped it to Curry, but it didn't arrive. Leiter clears that into center. Vogelin with it. Shoots it around the boards. Rudy will leave it for Steve Conroy. Gretzky went into forecheck. Conroy has given the puck to Makula. Up the left side off Brent Sutter. Sutter dumps it in. Fuhr grabs it. Plays it around the boards for Lowe. Evan Lowe to Tikkanen. Long shot high off the glass in the Islander zone. Cleared out of there. Rich Klom left it for Basson. Bobby Basson over center ice. Into the Edmonton zone, cutting to right wing. Plays the puck behind the net. Jeff Bukaboom around the boards with it. It comes off the boards. The Islanders unable to get to it. Huddy slaps it to the wing. Basson goes after it. Bobby Basson dumps it into the corner. Just over 3 minutes to play in sudden death. Charlie Huddy finds Gretzky open on left wing and gave him the puck. Gretzky to right wing. That's Curry. Curry's pass is blocked. It comes back to Huddy. Backhander picked off and cleared out of there by Kenny Morrow. It bounces off Huddy. Huddy recovered in time to get it to Tikkanen. He's checked. Rich Klom with it at center. Flips it into the Edmonton end. Huddy gets to it. Now to Curry. Dumps it down into the Islander zone. Deneen hustling back. Tries the left side. That's Potvin. Kenny Potvin out to Bossy. Off his skates to Gilbert. It's being called back on a 2-line pass.
Mike Bossy tearing through the center ice area. Potvin's pass hit him on the skates, but his feet on the other side of the red line. Pressure been on the Islanders pretty well in this overtime period. Well, the Edmonton Oilers haven't had that many good scoring opportunities. They have had the puck down on this end of the ice, Kelly Rudy's end of the ice, that is, for most of the overtime. We're just about halfway through the overtime now, 2 minutes and 39 seconds remaining, and a timeout has been called.
Look at Glenn Anderson coming back to the Edmonton bench. Denny Potvin coming to the Islanders.
The Edmonton Oilers have taken an official 30-second
Next season, we'll see the Islanders and the Oilers at the Nassau Coliseum twice. For the life of me, we can't tell you when, because the schedule hasn't been made up. But we know with the unbalanced scheduling that goes on in the National Hockey League that The Oilers are slated for 2 visits to Long Island next season.
Paul Coffey. Coffey wanted to play. He was out on the ice for the warm-ups. He's anxious to play. He's in his 9th game now. He's been out. He's missed 19 games total this year, and they feel that he's fairly healthy, but Glenn Sather, I was talking to Ted Green, one of my old teammates, prior to the game, Diggs and I were, and he was talking about Coffey, and they said it really doesn't make much sense to bring him into this hockey game to play the Islanders, and they have a game against St. Louis on Sunday before the rendezvous 87 break, and they said, heavens, why not just sit him out for these next 2 games? He'll have a week off, although he's been elected by the fans to play in the rendezvous series against the Russians, the 2 games that the NHL All-Stars will play against the Russians next week. He's picked to play in that, but because he's had a back injury, they're going to...
A lot of players in the league, a lot of good players with those back injuries this season. Michael Bossy has said that he'll decide on Sunday, after these back-to-back games, whether or not he will go to Quebec City. He's the starting all-star right winger, and he has the puck into the Edmonton zone. Bossy chased back to the net, skirts the check, puts it out in front, it comes back to Deneen. 40 Deneen shot right on. Fuhr leaves it back to the net, and then he tries the right side, and the Oilers break out. Messier carrying the puck. Messier over the line, drop pass to Anderson, a shot blocked by Deneen. Oilers, Hunter trying to get to it. Messier did, give it to Anderson, he runs into some traffic. Vogelin at the right point. That's one goal, and that drifted wide of the net. Bounces out into center. Lowe pokes at it there, got it to Hunter, trying to keep the whole thing on side, and does. But Makela picks it up and starts out. Nico Makela into the Edmonton zone. 1 minute and 35 seconds remaining in overtime. The Oilers play it around the boards. Brent Sutter gets to it, put it in front. That's kicked aside by goaltender Grant Fuhr. Here's Ari Hanpa. Left the puck for Makela, back to Leiter. Leiter's shot, that's blocked by Fuhr. Fuhr plays it up the right wing. Curry comes to center, has given it to Takinen. To Curry, now to Gretzky. Gretzky sidesteps one check, gets loose at the blue line, goes in with a shot that's blocked by the skates of Crom, and out comes Wayne Sutter. Gave the puck to Rich Crom. Crom runs into both of them, knocking him down. Wayne Sutter took the man. Crom the puck, oh, the save by Fuhr. It ends up in the seats with 57 seconds left.
What a great opportunity. Rich Crom, he got this whole thing started back in his own end of the ice. When he brought it out, there he just partially checked by Bukaboom. Sutter, Dwayne Sutter leaves it for him. Look at the stretch of the left leg of Grant Fuhr. A hard shot on the net by Richard Crom. Fuhr kicks it into the seats.
The Islanders have had 5 shots on goal in the overtime. That's the most they've had in any of the overtime games this year. And now the other 30-second timeout is being taken. The Islanders talking it over to their bench, as you see Terry Simpson and the troops. Glenn Sather not saying much. John Muckler doing most of the talking at the Edmonton bench. Now Sather leans over. Terry Simpson talking with Rich Crom, Kenny Morrow, Dwayne Sutter, Bobby Basson, and Brian Kern. A lot of the Islander players are going to be staying in this area after the game in Calgary tomorrow night. In fact, Wayne Sutter has his wife and family here visiting. The teams, all the teams in the league, cannot practice again until a week from today. Everybody is off because of collective bargaining agreement really with the Players Association. Talking with Brad Lauer's parents this morning. This is the first time that he's ever been away from home over Christmas, and after the game tomorrow night, he's going to fly to Saskatoon, and his dad has already left a 4-wheel drive unit there for him to get home.
The snow is that deep.
Yeah.
Well, it's either that or take the sled and the dogs. Mush. What it is right now, too, with the mild temperatures for the past 2 weeks. It's been extremely mild here. And
Onroyd with a shot after Trottier got the face-off back to him perfectly. You're covering up with 52 seconds remaining in overtime.
Something we've seen in the 3 games that these teams have played in this year has been some excellent goaltending. I had mentioned Kelly Rudy was the star of the December 3rd game. The November 11th game here, the 7-1 win by the Oilers. 34-23, the Islanders outshot Edmonton. It was Andy Mould in goal for Edmonton, doing a good job.
Bossy, the pot pad, it jumps over the stick, and Gretzky breaks down the left side. Gretzky to the right wing, and Curry shot it wide. Boy, did they ever have the clamps on Gretzky, but he was still able to make the play.
Good job by Brian Crutche. He went leg and leg with Gretzky, stayed with him, was able to force him to pass to Yeri Curry, who shot it wide.
Now Potvin has cleared it around the boards off Bossy and down into the Edmonton end of the ice. Kevin Lowe went back, tried the right wing. Gregg has relayed it off Curry and into the Islander territory. This is Morrow. Kenny Morrow up the boards. Gregg pinching in, back into Crom. Bassin, excuse me, and out comes Crom. Crom with Wayne Sutter. Crom moves in, gives Sutter the puck, and he couldn't hold the pass. Wayne Sutter fires one wide now. Comes drifting around the boards, and the siren sounds. This one is all over. The Islanders get themselves a point at the Nrthlands Coliseum. Had some chances, both in regulation and in overtime. Oilers putting up a little protest to the referee about not getting an icing call against the Islanders in a face-off in the final couple of seconds. But it's falling on deaf ears. The two teams are headed for the dressing rooms. Your final score in Edmonton, the New York Islanders 3, the Edmonton Oilers 3. We'll be back with a recap right after these messages. Yes, sir.
Here are tonight's Molson Cup 3 stars, as
Correct.
chosen by Dick Gervais of the Edmonton Sun.
Correct.
Tonight's first star from the Edmonton Oilers, number 11, Mark Vancouver. From the Oilers, number 4, Kevin Lowe. And tonight's third star from the New York Islanders, number 33, Steve Conroy. Thanks a lot, ladies and gentlemen, for being here. Look forward to having you back on Sunday. Come have a ticket.
The Islanders get their only point of the season from the Edmonton Oilers in a 3-3 tie here at the Nrthlands Coliseum. Shots on goal in the game. The Islanders with a total of 31, 5 of those in the third period, 6 in overtime. Edmonton with 27 shots. They had 11 in the third period, 0 in the overtime frame. In the third period, Mark Messier on a power play gave Edmonton a 3-2 lead with his second goal of this game, his 26th of the year. Curry and Gretzky assisting at 6:39. And at 13:02, the Islanders get a break. A loose puck, and Kenny Leiter with a long shot gets his 6th goal of the year. It's unassisted, and that sent us to overtime, and that's the way it ended. 3-3, the Islanders and the Oilers, each team with a power play goal here tonight, and a much better performance, obviously. I don't think I even had to say it. The Islanders, like Eddie had pointed out early, get themselves up to play this Edmonton team.
Well, it's I suppose it adds to the bewilderment of coaches for the Islanders, Terry Simpson and Bob Nystrom, when you look at a team that played 2 nights ago in Vancouver and didn't look like the Islander team at all, and then they come out and play the kind of a hockey game that, you know, that had them up in the top 4 or 5 teams of the league for so long. That's it's hard to figure out, but it's I'm sure a good sign for all of the people connected with the team that they know that they can play this kind of hockey. I think they stayed away from some of the foolish penalties. Well, from it all, it began with some good skating, and I think that's really what the Islanders have to do. If they're going to play good hockey, they've got to skate well. When they do that, everything else seems to work for them.
And the forwards coming back to helping the defense. Steve Conroy, by the way, was chosen as one of the stars. I thought he, Richie Crom, and a couple of others had outstanding games here tonight. Anytime you can keep Edmonton to 3 goals in their building, all right, some will say they didn't have Coffey, they didn't have Steve Smith, they didn't have this guy, that guy. You've got Bossy playing at half speed, but I guess that's sort of alibiing back and forth. But really, it was a good hockey game for both teams. Edmonton, looking at the situation with the number of injuries they have, they've got to be welcoming this Rendezvous 87 break for some players.
I think it's not just only Edmonton, Jigs. When you look at the roster, if you ever see a list of all the 21 teams and what are the players that are, the number of players that have got injuries, and sometimes they're playing with them, and that's the other side of it. Of course, I think it's a good idea. It gives everybody a chance to get their second win for the run for the playoff positions. Edmonton's one of them. The Islanders, of course, another one. And when you look at, I guess, the Philadelphia Flyers, they haven't got enough players left now to play a hockey game, according to the Winnipeg journals and so on. But anyway, I think it's a nice time. They've got a couple of games left before the break, or at least one, and the Islanders will welcome it. And I will only hope that maybe the rest, if Mike Bossy's still being troubled that much with the back, that might be the thing that'll give him enough rest to get it healed up, whatever it is, and let him go out and play the way we're all used to seeing him play.
3-3, the final score here tonight. The Islanders gain a point on the Rangers and the Capitals in the Patrick Division. We'll be back at the Nrthlands Coliseum with more right after these messages. Yeah. Scores first, then set up Calgary? Okay. Right into the scores here now. Not on camera, just right into the scores. Oh, okay.
Why, guys?
No, you're here. We're... Want to talk about popcorn? After there's been a lot of games that or just slide by. 2 of the 3 goals are by defensemen tonight, Leiter and Conroy. 3-3 is the final score in overtime at Edmonton tonight. The Islanders getting 2 of the 3 goals from defenseman. Ken Leiter's goal is the one that tied it. Steve Conroy had a big goal. That made it a 2-2 tie after Mike Bossy had the Islanders' first goal. Mark Messier scores twice for the Oilers. Jari Kurri has the other goal. So the series is all over on the season. Edmonton winning twice, and this one in the 3-3 tie. And like I said before, a very big point for the New York Islanders. Gives them the opportunity for a 500 road trip.
Well, there's no question about that. When you think about the last time the team was out here, they went to Vancouver here in Calgary and then on to Boston. They weren't very successful in that trip. So this time, of course, they've got an opportunity, and we still say the same thing, that anybody that's connected with the game knows that 500 on the road is pretty good hockey, particularly this year, because everything is so much tighter. The parity seems to be working, and the Islanders, of course, on the road, they didn't have a very good start in the season on the road, and things seem to be getting a little better, particularly when you play a game like this, because that can carry on. And, of course, with the Calgary Flames, they've been having their problems in Calgary, and with the Islanders now feeling a little